What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Road to Pro. That's right. Today, if you couldn't tell by the actual description, we'll be going over a front pin. I know you're interested in this. I've been getting a ton of requests for it. So, let's jump on the table. What you're gonna do is you're gonna pretty much use your normal grip when you would like grab the rod traditionally. But with the guy towed forward, your wrist is going to move. So as you set up the ball, you're gonna find this kind of spot where you're only holding it with this section of your hand. And that is what you're looking for. Now, one thing I'm gonna suggest, and I have a tendency of doing this, is don't point your thumb out. Bring it in. The reason for this is if you go too far this way, your thumb's going to hit this wall and it's not going to feel good. So, you are actually going to roll this in your hand, and that is how the grip and the actual execution of this shot works. You're using the cup portion of your hand as a backstop, and that's how you get the snap. Now that we've talked about the grip, we want to talk about the actual execution of this shot. The key to the toss is coming to one side of the ball, the opposite side of the direction you're going, coming across the ball, and lifting up as you come to about the midpoint. The toss is almost more important than actually hitting the ball. You're going to want to really work on the toss. Do this from both sides. Now that you've got the toss down, you're going to want to follow the ball as you toss it. Now, when it comes to hitting the ball, you're going to want to get behind the ball after the toss. This way you get used to almost no backswing. This is something you're going to want to work on going both directions. Having very little backswing is one of the key parts to this shot. When you toss the ball over, try and get as little as possible. Try and stay as close to the ball as you can. Just like everything in foosball, practice makes perfect. So, I would suggest setting up a ball about where you're going to want to hit the ball. Come under and execute. Do this a few times and you're going to get the idea of how the ball's hit. It also allows for you to get your speed going. At first, you're going to find it very difficult to hit the ball hard. But over time, you'll find you're hitting the ball harder and harder. One of the biggest disadvantages of this shot is trying to shoot middle. You have to find either a way to tap, come back to middle, or be very good at flipping the ball straight. One of the keys to this is how you catch it. Catch it almost with the knuckles of your hand. Now keep in mind, on this shot, the middle is going to be your weakest point. So you're going to have to find ways to do that. One nice thing about the front pin is you can actually angle the ball. Cutting the ball back is another great way of scoring. You're going to want to beat the ball to the long hole. But if you toss the ball slightly slower, it allows for you to keep the same timing, but cut the ball back. You're going to want to hit the ball on the edge. So think of right there. Cutting the ball is much easier because you're already out. And all you're doing is cutting the ball. Even work on circling the ball. It'll help you keep your positioning. Practicing this shot is rather difficult and takes a lot of repetition. Some things that help is really working on your ball control. Work on walking the ball back and forth as much as possible. Another fun drill is to move the ball back and forth, kind of thinking of it as like a U. If you're first starting out with this shot, I would suggest pinning it on the far wall, walking it all the way to the near, and back again. Do this until you can really move the ball around. So there's definitely some benefits to this shot. It's very mobile, there's a lot you can do with it. The downfalls are definitely the middle. Shooting a middle is much more difficult with this shot than, say, a rollover or a pull shot. And people know this, so they're going to make you shoot middles more often. If you have a lot of different options to shoot the middle, like I showed you, it will give you an actual advantage when it comes shooting this shot, opposed to most other players. Now, it's going to take you a while to get good at this shot. It's a different type of setup. There's a lot of different things that go on here, guys. It's a tricky shot, but with a little bit of practice and a lot of work, you can become much better at it. Guys, I'm looking for more information, especially during quarantine, that you guys want to see. I've got a lot of ideas in the pipeline, but without hearing from you guys, I'm not going to know what you guys want. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, happy foosing.